Let me tell y'all what today has been like, for real. Hey man, this is your partner, man, Cousin Leon, just checking in. I'm out here in California, man. Had another one of those days on the job. You know, most of y'all everybody that knows me personally know that I'm an electrician, but I'm also a heating and cooling guy. You know what I'm saying? But man, let me tell y'all what my day was like today. Oh gosh, we got a project going on in this little town. We got to get the traffic lights straightened out. Got to get new loops cut in for cars. You know what I'm saying? And then push button pedestrian stations. We got to get all that stuff done. So I'm at the final stage, and I'm trying to land all the wiring in the panels. I mean, and Murphy's Law is attached to this entire job. For most of you that knows Murphy's Law, you know what I'm saying? For those of you that don't know Murphy's Law, what Murphy's Law says, I don't know who Murphy is, but what Murphy's Law says is everything that can go wrong will. So I'm on the phone getting in touch with like the engineers over at Caltrain, because we in California, so the whole state is Caltrain, right? Or Caltrans, California Transportation. But yeah, man, I'm just like, okay, I'm trying to land stuff in the panels, and I'm just like, okay, where do you guys necessarily want it? Like, where exactly do you want it? So I call one of the engineers to ask them where they wanted it exactly. He was telling me to call another guy in electrical maintenance. And the electrical maintenance guy, when I talked to him, he's just like, oh yeah, you got to call the engineer. So everybody's playing the game like this, right? So they sending me in all different directions, but I'm the one that's in the panel, trying to figure out where to land and stuff. And it's because, you know, they got their own specifications, and they're saying, hey, you're with the contractor that we hired, so just go according to the plans. Well, the plans will tell you the layout of where they want, you know what I'm saying, where the wire goes. It gives you a diagram of, what I mean where it goes is where you cut the loops in the road, what boxes you got to pull it through to get to the panel. But when you get to the panel, it does not tell you shit about where to land the stuff. But I'm the guy that's landing all the stuff. I mean, man, and everything you touch, the system is so intricate, anything you touch will make all the lights flash. All the traffic lights flash on red. And I'm just like, man. Well, today we had to put in some new pedestrian countdown heads where, you know, when you push the button as a pedestrian and you walk in across the street, you'll see a sign across the street that has a walking man on it, a white walking man, and then it'll start counting down. It'll have a red hand and start counting down. Oh gosh, I changed out 2 of those. The system was live, so everything was hot. The first wire I touched sent all the lights flashing. All the lights. So cars are driving up and blowing their horns. Stopping and going. I mean, they're treating it like a stop sign. Like you should when you have flashing lights in all directions. But I called the engineer asking, like, I'm going back to my main thing is to land everything in the home panel. That panel that you see on the side of the road. But no one knows what to tell me. So, yeah, the engineer snaps and says, just land it, okay? Just, yeah. But he said, just land it, okay? Just land it and we'll check it. And I'm like, look, if you tell me where to land it straight up, then it's all good. I mean, I won't have to go over it again. I know it'll be landed in the right place. Man. It's a bunch of confusion. But at this level in the game, man, when you're making pretty good money, I mean, you know what I'm saying, I do way better than I used to. But now you're dealing with engineers and nobody wants the finger pointed at them. Engineers want to point at everybody else. They driving me crazy, man. So I looked in the panel. Nothing is where, like all the DLCs, and forgive me for using those terms, but all the DLCs are landed in areas that they shouldn't when you read the panel and you read what should go there. Like you got a block up here that's for 1 DLCs, then 2 DLCs, 3, 4, 5, 6. They're in groups, you know what I'm saying? So the more I look at it, I see like number 4 DLCs landed in the 3 block. I'll see number 6 DLCs landed in the 4 block. And I'm just like, dude, I call the engineer again. Bruh, tell me exactly where you want it. And that's where I'll put it. Then he says to me, look, don't call and ask questions. Just call me when it's finished. And I'm just like, bruh, okay, I'll do it like I do it. I mean, yeah, most of my experience in electricity is industrial, commercial, and well, mainly industrial. I've done commercial, but man, I mean, these folks had me tripping today. They had me tripping today, for real. Yeah, all jokes aside, I had to stop and get one, man, because I was just like, I sent him a text and I was like, hey, bro, I'll have all your panels done. I'm just going to do them like I feel like doing them. I mean, we got them tied together right in the boxes, in the vaults on the side of the road. We got everything wired in, but we got to take it to the panel and make sure it's landed in the right place so that all the loops in the road can read the cars that come up. It's really a simple system, but it's intricate. And if you know the system, it's easy to do. You know what to follow. But this is so crazy, man. This is insanely crazy. Insanely crazy. But it's all good, man. I mean, they ain't gonna, you know what I'm saying, they ain't gonna throw Cousin Leon off like that. I'm just gonna do it how I do it, man. I saw places to land, and like in one panel, a bunch of wires have been cut. So those are old loop, like phases 8, I think it's phases 3, some other phases. There might be some 6s, but might not. Seems like it's 8, mainly 8s and 3s. Well, the 8 phases are landed in the areas where like 4 phases and 5 phases supposed to go. It's crazy. It's really crazy. But it's Friday though, so I'm headed back, you know what I'm saying, to San Jose. Headed back to chill out. But God, and it's about a 2-hour ride, so I'll probably end up stopping and grabbing another one. I gotta go by the office though and dump off some of these pad heads in the back of the truck. But I'm just it's the funniest thing ever, man. Funniest thing ever, man. But this is what happens when you get to the level of dealing with professionals. I guess it's like that on every level and dealing with everybody. The higher up you get, the more confusion it is or whatever. But the higher up you get, the more bread they pay. So, oh boy, I'm tripping on it. And I didn't plan on putting in new pedestrian heads, the countdown heads. I didn't plan on putting those in today anyway. I wanted to focus on the panel, focus on the wiring, get it where it needed to go, like directly where it needed to be, so that they can come out and inspect it. They sent inspectors out the other day, man. It was about 5 or 6 of them. And I wasn't even ready for them. I didn't know. But the project that I'm working on right now is about 2 weeks behind. And I can't necessarily say, well, I can't really take the blame for the project being behind, because we got guys out digging new trenches because the pedestrian push button poles were put in the wrong place. But they were put there according to plans. They were just a foot or 2 feet off from where they should be. And I'm tripping on that too. Because it's like, dude, if it ain't but a foot away from where it's supposed to be, that's fine, man. Let's keep it rolling. That's not how it works. And California is really particular, you know. I get it. I totally understand it. Totally understand it. But I'm still tripping though on how, and this is funny too, folks in California, right? Like, they'll talk to you and chill with you, you cool with them, this and that. They'll smile in your face and laugh and this and that. You know what I'm saying? That's how they do. But the minute folks get to pointing fingers, the minute this happens, one guy says this, the other guy says that. Man, come on. Somehow, you don't find out about it until, when you're doing the work, you don't ever find out about it until you've been the one thrown under the bus. So it's funny to me, man. Funny to me. But good old California, man. But yeah, I've been doing electricity work all day today. I probably won't do no heating and cooling side work tonight or this evening. I really just need to get back to the office, throw off these pedestrian pad heads, the old ones, because we got the new ones up. Oh goodness. And hey, it was a trip installing those too, because there's so much in the wiring, so much intricate shit in the wiring, that you just like, damn, it takes its time. But when you take it to the home panel, you want to make sure that's all good. You got to take mega readings. You got to meg all the wires. And for those of y'all that deal with electricity, you know what I mean about megging the wires with a megger. You're just testing the strength of the insulation. Then you got to ohm the wire out to make sure that it's unbroken once it's buried underground. And you have to report the readings. Man, I tell you, man. It's something. It's something. Oh boy. Sometimes I wish I would have won the lottery when I was young. You know what I'm saying? But I never really played the lottery though. But when I was young, I used to mess with that rap music. Sometimes I wish that I had a hit rap record back in my past. Oh my goodness. It's funny. And old dudes like me laugh when we say that. But for real, I mean, I made some money doing it. I did alright. I remember the little $4,000 checks and stuff like that came through the internet. The early internet, 20 years ago. But I was doing rap before there was the internet, you know. So. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. But, man, hey, real life is a trip. And at every level in life, I mean, people deal with their issues and problems. So people out there, listen, all right. I got to humble myself. I really got to humble myself when I say this. But people out there that feel like they on the bottom, you know what I'm saying, doing minimum wage jobs, doing burger flipping jobs, you know what I'm saying, doing little department store jobs, I'll say that. I almost called out Wally World. I was going to say doing Wally World jobs, whatever, but man, let me tell y'all, the more you grow, like when you grow past Wally World, Tarjay and all that, the more you grow past that, you just gonna get into another group of people that's going through the same shit at their levels. But life is about growth. Life is about growth. You know what I'm saying? You gotta learn every day. And today, man, I went through some other stuff. Learning some other stuff. I talked to, and needless to say, I tripped all the lights. I had them blinking, flashing red. So traffic was stopped all 4 ways, flashing red. And I was just like, I knew that would happen, but I got to pull all this stuff down to put up new pedestrian heads. Then I called the engineer. I called the engineer behind that. He didn't even answer the phone. And I'm just like, well, to be honest with you though, it was like 3:30. So when I called him, 3:43 when I called him. So he might have got off at 3:30. But he still had his phone with him. But buddy didn't even answer the phone. I sent him a text. Oh God. Oh, gosh. Yeah, so I had to stop and get one, man. Had to stop and get one. And in California, out of all the stuff that these people out here do, man. Yeah, me trying to knock off one to get my ass to the house really don't seem that bad. But hey, how about this though, man? I'm not gonna hold y'all. I'm just venting right now. I just had to get on the line to vent, man. Cause I don't ride, you know what I'm saying, I don't kick it like this every day. And I normally pull off stellar work, right? That's why I'm tripping, like, but when I can't get no help from nobody, and I'm just left to my own vices, I'm just like, man, look, let me just do this like this, do that like that. This is why I do it, or this is why I did it. So if they ask me, this is how I will explain it. You know what I'm saying? Oh goodness, it's something, man. But yeah, real life is rolling, man. I mean, I'm in that. Real life's kicked in and it's steady rolling. No joke. Steady rolling. Damn. It would be nice if somebody would tell me, because I'm looking at the schematics, but it doesn't say put it on this block, put it on that block, this is where the last loops came from, so put it here and we can read it from here. No, I'm just going to pick a spot out of where you do DLCs, where you put DLCs. I'm just going to pick a random spot and go there and tell them that's what I'm doing. So then they can program around it. That's gotta be what they want me to do. Because every time I ask one person, he say, oh, go talk to this person. Then when I go to that person, he turn around and say, oh yeah, you need to talk to that person. Well, shit, man, I just talked to that person. He told me to come. At any rate, it's all in growth, man. It's all in personal growth. It's all in learning every day that you live. You know, and that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing. I'm not going to let them stress me out. I hope I'm not stressing them out. But this project is two weeks past its point of completion. Its point of projected completion. But I'm okay with it because it's some guys out there still digging in the ground and changing where they had poles that I already had wire in. So that means I have to rewire that stuff. Life is funny, man. It's funny. But it's life. So, at any rate, I'll check back in with some higher vibration stuff. Right now I'm just venting on what happened to me, what I had to go through today on the job. That's what's up. I'm just venting on what I had to go through today on the job as an electrician. So, at any rate, man. Cousin Rod checking in. Be easy.